Hey everyone, welcome back. So today I've got the entire beauty sponge collection by Pac to share with you all. So I've got their original beauty blender, their ultimate beauty blenders, and not to forget the mini beauty blenders. So yeah, if you're interested, then keep on watching. So first I've got the beauty blender, which came out first. As you can see, it comes in this square box packaging. So it's a pink sponge, and this one looks very similar to the original beauty blender, but it is kind of not very round and not very almond shaped like the beauty blender. As you can see, the lower portion is slightly bit flat, and also this beauty blender is not very spongy in texture like the original beauty blender. Like for example, the original beauty blender feels a lot more softer and much more airy and lighter, whereas this one feels kind of squishy and a little bit firm. Yeah, so this one is more firmer than the original beauty blender, and I am clearly not very good in describing sponges, but I just hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. So here you can see me use the two different sponges. One is the original beauty blender and one is the Pac Beauty Blender. And what I noticed is the Pac Beauty Blender takes a lot more time to blend out the product than the original one, and it also tends to soak up a little bit of the product. Like, it does not soak up a lot of product, but I mean the beauty blender soaks up zero of the product. So comparing with that, I think the Pac one soaks up a little bit of the product, so you're going to need more product. And as you can see, the result, I think the Pac Beauty Blender gives off a pretty comparable finish to the original beauty blender, which is about 5 or 7 times more expensive than the Pac one. So I think it is totally worth giving it a try. And as you can see, it also blends out concealers very well, and you can also use this to apply powder over your concealers, yeah, to kind of bake them. So now moving on to the Ultimate Beauty Blender sponges, which came out a bit later. And as you can see, these come in this round plastic box packaging, and inside lies a transparent mesh bag. How cute is that? I absolutely love this bag. It's going to be great, especially if you're going to travel around. You can carry your beauty blenders in these, or even if you want to dry your beauty blenders after washing them to avoid any dust collecting on top of it. So the Ultimate Beauty Blending sponges come in a set of 2, and one of them is the exact shape as the beauty blender, whereas the other one has a flat surface on one end. So it looks exactly similar to the Real Techniques complexion sponge. If you look closely, you can see that the Ultimate Beauty Blender is a lot more bigger than the other Pac Beauty Blender, especially when it's wet, and it's a lot more squishier and a lot more softer than the original Pac Beauty Blender. Also, the first time I wetted and squeezed out the water, look at that, it just didn't come back to shape. So I was like, oh my god, did I get a wrong one, or are these sponges like this? So I was like really concerned, and I really had high expectations from Pac, so I was really sad that I had to give it a very terrible, horrible review. But then later, like, I tried washing it once more, like with soap and everything, and I just soaked it in water for a while, and that actually made it come back to life. So there you go, now you can see it is back to its fluffy self again, and even if I squeeze it, it comes back to shape. So yeah, you want to make sure to really soak these sponges nicely and wash them thoroughly before using them. So here I'm using the Ultimate Beauty Blender on one side and the Pac Beauty Blender on the other side, and if you can see, I think both of them do a very similar job, but it's just that the Ultimate Beauty Blender kind of takes a longer time to bounce back to its shape, so it does not feel very spongy and very soft on the skin, whereas the original Pac Beauty Blender is kind of firm, but at least it comes back to shape every time you press it to your skin. So that's the only difference, and I think the Ultimate Beauty Blender is not very sturdy like the Pac Beauty Blender, because I tried washing it once and I got like a small dent because I had long nails. So you want to be really careful while washing or while cleaning these blenders. Otherwise, as you can see, the finish is very similar to the Pac Original Beauty Blender. However, when it comes to concealers, I feel this beauty blender does not do a very good job of blending out concealers, as you can clearly see. I think it's because of the fact that it's not very spongy. It does not blend out the concealers easily. Like, it kind of presses the concealer into the skin, because of which you're really going to have to take your time and keep patting it on to actually get the entire concealer blended in. But in that process, I feel it kind of takes away the concealer from your face and you don't get the desired amount of coverage that you would like. However, I really like using the flat portion of this sponge for applying powders over my concealer to kind of bake it and to set it. But yeah, concealer wise it does not do a great job. So lastly, I've got the mini beauty blending sponges, and these are my favorite Pac sponges ever. Like, these are so super amazing, and as you can see, they come in 4 different shapes and sizes. One of them looks like the original Beauty Blender, one of them looks like the Real Technique sponge, one of them looks like the Beauty Blender again, but it is kind of flat, it's not very round, and the last one looks very cute. It's just a very nice and round shaped Beauty Blender. So yeah, all of these sponges, they feel excellent, very good in quality, and they also do an amazing job in blending out the concealers under my eyes. Like, these are really tiny, so it fits each and every nook and corner of your face nicely, and it also does the job of blending the concealer really well. So I am absolutely obsessed with these. I mean, these are so super affordable, so I think anyone can afford it, and I think these are a must-have in every makeup lover's bag. So yeah, those were all of the Pac Beauty sponges out there. I hope you enjoyed this demo slash review slash swatches or whatever you guys want to call it, and yeah, I will see you guys really soon. Bye.